Hi, folks. Can someone tell me if I'm audible?
Hi,
Hello, Lalit.
Yeah, let's
can
wait
you-
for 4 minutes. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Hi Mohammed. Hi Venkat.
Hi, Brendan.
Hey,
Yeah. Yeah, let's wait for some time and then we can get started. Niladri, do you have an agenda today?
We could go over two items that I can think of. One is the recent Maestro patch release and the recent
Yeah.
development in the governance review. We have seen that there has been some movement in the governance review on the CNCF incubation review front.
Right.
Uh, there has been a new patch release on ZFS as well. If we are if we can, if we remember the details there, we could talk about that also.
Yeah.
Before we start, we would have to start the recording. And
I think it's
yeah,
already rolling.
is it okay? I see that. Yeah, we can get started. I suppose it's been 5 minutes, I think. Yeah. So let's get started with the releases. In the chronological order, I suppose the ZFS one came out first. So 2.9.1, is that correct?
Yes.
So what all do we get in 2.9.1 and the on ZFS local PV?
Right. So there were a few Helm chart fixes that were added there in the newer. So we cherry picked it to 2.9 or 2.9 runs. So that's what went in. Just a Helm chart fix. That's it. And we also, I think, released LVM.
Init container fix, right? Where the init container YAML is now a list. So that's like a
No,
fix.
not that. We did not take that in. So it's a
Okay.
different one. So it's about the DNS policy.
The DNS policy on
Yeah.
pods.
So configurable. Yeah. And apart from that, I think we also released LVM. I don't, let me check. One second.
I recall there was a documentation change on the new LVM patch.
Yes.
Apart I'm not sure if there was something else, but let's let's try to get that one also. Uh, I have it open in front of me. Cherry pick revert comment. I see documentation. I see two cherry picks. I'm going to figure out what these are. Pod affinity option to LVM controller. That looks like a quality of life improvement on the LVM controller deployment. Finalizer in controller if it is not owning the volume is not present. That looks like a bug fix. This one I don't have a lot of context, but we do have release notes, and let's look at the release notes for this one. We can revert this one. Get volume def path non-fallible, revert lint issue. I see a bunch of CI fixes and documentation fixes and quality of life improvements on the latest LVM local PV patch. There have been no new features because it's a patch. The latest release notes speak of the major changes that went into LVM 1.8. So we can just keep to that. Let's move on to the Maestro 2.9 release. 2.9.4 is it? The
Yes,
latest.
latest patch on 2.9. Yeah.
All right. So what all went into that one? I see there's significant changes on that one. So we can discuss more on that as well.
Yeah, so mostly it was like enabling core dump. So that's one thing that was done on the IO engine, the data plane, and
Right.
then a few fixes around NVMF that went into the data plane. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And in the
That's
disconnect path as well.
right.
Fixes, basic fixes. Yeah.
Right. I think the code dump is a significant one because I think containers don't remember code dump symbols or something of that sort. That's
Yeah.
I think that is characteristic of how containers are. I suppose I don't have the exact grammar to express this, but we are, I think, enabling core dumps here. With what that does for, let's say, someone experiencing failures on the IO engine is you can uh, issue core dumps, and yeah, you can trace back how you actually ended up with the crash.
Yeah.
Apart from the three releases, we are due for a new OpenEBS release, which will also feature a new version of the local PV host path provisioner, which means that we'll get to see the new node deployment mode on the host path provisioner, which came in at a very opportune time for OpenEBS 4.5. So those are the things that we look forward to in the upcoming weeks. Apart from that, on the incubation front, we have seen some movement on our governance review. The governance review, let's say, the folks involved with the governance review have been issuing commits on their private repos, which are public. So we went in Snoop to look at it. Things seemed favorable so far. Alex Cherkov is, I think, reviewing the entire, like the higher level.
Yeah,
Uh,
the due diligence. Yeah.
yeah, I think he's responsible for the higher level incubation ticket. Yeah, I don't think we have anything on the higher on the incubation ticket as such, but the governance review seems to be moving along. Yeah, anything from you, Karimi? Like anything on the new raw file changes that went in? Anything? Do you have anything?
In raw files, we have done with some node storage pool support, so users are able to use multiple passes per node, so and they can define it to what to use in their storage classes. And we have some fixes on reserve capacity logic. So currently we have two methods for that. And we have removed the capacity override option since it's already handled by fin provisioning and new reserve capacity mode.
Mm.
And also, I'm working on the API server, so we can later on implement a CLI on top of the OpenEBS kubectl plugin.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The plugin support for raw file, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So we are not at version 1 yet. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Does anyone else have anything? Do, do we have anything on the documentation front that we improved recently? Not that
Yes,
I.
we had on the volume commitment limits and a few doc enhancements for capacity commitment and snapshot related considerations. Yeah.
These are my store
Yes.
documentation.
Yes, master.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that sums it up. We don't have a new OpenEBS release this time around, but that's something we are working towards, and we'll have one the next time we meet for this meeting, I suppose. And also a new raw file, also, I suppose, going into that new OpenEBS release. That's going to be 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5 will, we are meeting this in every 1 month, right? Once in a month, the last
Yeah,
Thursday.
this meeting we are doing it the last Thursday of every month, right? Venkat, why don't you introduce yourself? I think, yeah, I think
Yeah,
because I already know you personally, I missed out on that front. But we usually, if someone comes in new to the meeting, we usually ask them to introduce themselves. Yeah, please go ahead
yeah,
and tell us who you are and
yeah,
what
sure.
you're.
Thanks, Niladri. Hi, Mohammed. And other folks I know, Niladri, Abhinandan, and Akash. Okay. So, yeah, Mohammed, this is Venkat. Actually, recently I had joined DataCore and as a senior manager and looking after the Pulsate and then the OpenEBS. So before joining DataCore, I was with VMware for 6 years and then around 10 years with NetApp.
Right.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Thanks,
So
Abhi.
one update, Niladri. I don't think we'll be having a 4.5 release date by release by next month. I think that is we can talk more about when we are going to come up about 4.5 in the next month.
That is, yeah, that's not finalized yet. That's true. Yes, but we are getting closer to 4.5. That's the next
Yeah.
opening release. That's true. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we don't have much on this meeting. We can cut it short. Do you have something, Mohammed? Tiago's not with us today, so I'm not sure how much I can help you with it. But do you have something that you would want to get out in this meeting?
I have told any updates that I had, but yeah, we are currently focused on making the project to be stable on raw fudge side, and we have some core essential features that we don't have right now, and we are working on them, like API server and the storage pool and reserve capacity, and yeah, that's that's
One more
all.
thing that we need for, I think, version 1 is that the documentation shows up on the website. I think you needed help with that, right? I recall.
We need documentation. Also, we have couple of deprecations and removals pending, so they're important too since we have a couple of users. So some of them are important, like for example, we are deprecating data dir paths, and users should specify the storage pool, and things like that will make users a bit thing if we just release it add-ons. So we should deprecate them gradually.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think 0 releases. I suppose that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, we will have 0, 30, 0 later on.
All right. Great. I think it's a good thing we are calling that one out. But I suppose they're going to show up on the release notes as well. Yeah. I
Yeah.
That's great news, to be honest. I mean, given that how much momentum we have on the raw file, uh, that's like a huge of a bit of that is attributed to the work that you and Tiago are doing. So yeah, that's great. Yeah, the storage pool work is what I mean here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Thanks everyone. Do you have something for us, Akash? Would you like to add something? It's just the five of us today, so just
No, no, Liladri. Don't have
okay.
anything to add. Yeah.
All right then. So we can. Abhinandan, do you have something?
No. That's it. Thank you.
All right then. Yeah. Thanks everyone. We are cutting it short. We are going to close at the 20-minute mark. Thanks everyone.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, Niladri, for running this
Thanks.
meeting. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.